Alrighty, folks. Let us get on with our stream here. Alright, folks, welcome back. There's a phone ringing.
Dad? No, sorry. I'm sorry. If someone answers, don't. I just wanted to say I made it. That's all. I made it.
You made it where? The deck is something. Right. Well, today, in the second stream here of the Last Caretaker, we are going to be leaving this Sanctuary Boat Dock 37 on our little boat. We're going to be headed east, probably. Alright, we're going to turn off our flashlight because we don't need it. That's just wasting power. Gonna go ahead and pull up the anchor if possible. And we're gonna go ahead and get the heck up out of this place, I think. We left enough power cables in place that if we need to come back here for something, we can. We are officially leaving the dock on our little boating adventure.
This vessel is more than just machinery. It's your refuge. Your home now. Sail forth, Caretaker. Reclaim the waters humanity once commanded.
Of course they did.
The path is uncertain. Restoring navigational relays will illuminate our way. Beacon 49, eastward, should be your first step.
Alright. We're gonna stop by some of the other bases on the way, though, so we can pick up fuel and other stuff for our boat.
You'll need to master basic crafting skills and generate your own resources to survive. Begin by fabricating a Lumilite solar panel.
I don't need a solar panel. I've already got those. I've already got those. Well, the only thing that's worrying me is all those little landmines out there. Those things always worry me. Look at my little boat. I'm driving. Full throttle, let's go to the first base. We're gonna have to drive along. We're gonna have to just pull up somewhere alongside these landmines, and we're gonna start tearing them apart because those things have a lot of rare materials in them that we are going to desperately need later on. We also got Mr. Shark here. We gotta make sure we avoid him. Even though he won't come right at us unless we actually engage him, so we should be fine. We're generating basically our own supply power source. As long as we're in the sun, we should be able to generate our own power source, our own power, fuel up our batteries here, so we should be good to go. We're just gonna pull up right next to this base, and we're gonna moor our boat here so we can pull the back. We have orders. Repeat, we are being boarded from the enemy. Those things are trying to eat my solar panels. Big no. Not that a-hole. How much did we pull up? What all did we manage to pull out of the water? Hit G to take off, or simply drop that back in the water. We are first going to go here. We're going to deposit all organic material in there so we can then go in here and drop that. Now we're in second. This stream won't be nearly as long as the last one. At least I'm going to try not to make it very long. I just had to juice up my backpack so we can actually jump on this place and actually start working on it. Alright, number 6. When we start breaking everything, grabbing all the materials off this place as we can. Grab everything we can so we don't burn through unnecessary resources. So I don't lose too much use. I know I can probably build some things and actually put the powering cable off my boat if I needed to, which I might end up actually doing that. Yeah, you can see they're inside that little container there. Alright, so we're going to grab this and we're going to put, like, alright, well. I need 1 iron. Let's go and grab that 1 iron that we require. grab all the basic resources that this thing drops. So we're gonna go back in here, deposit all the organic material in there. Alright, now that I got my life support, we'll be able to finish grinding off this stuff pretty quickly without having to worry about power. Because we're running off both power supplies. Basically, just gotta get out of here before dark. Because once dark comes around, there's no lights. Those little buggers start coming out of the water. They start coming out of the water and trying to get you. Because they're always drawn to, like, power sources. And with a robot, continuous power draw, and if we're not finding those little turds out there are going to find us. Oh look, there's one of those little buoy things. Alright, let's do scrap here, scrap this. Alright, we should have gotten everything from here. Let's go and scrap this shelf here. Let's go and scrap all the furniture in this place and anything else that might be of use. Well, with me plugged up to the boat power supply, I won't have to actually worry about me running out of juice, like, at all. Some more iron copper there, and then as well as some other research data. Go. I know we're almost at our, probably almost near our maximum. We're at like what, 8 meters now. We got a little bit more range before we can. We'll have to throw down another one of those splitter things and pick up another cable. So we gotta try to make what room we have last. While also trying to grab as much scrap out of this place as possible. Grab this. All of that. We're gonna backtrack back down here. I know I didn't grab everything back this way, so we're gonna go back over here. Looks like there's more of those little buggers right there, so we gotta make sure we kill those things too. My boat is a fairly large power draw, so yeah. Aluminum scrap, that's not bad. Not a bad find. Any of the more rare materials are always a bonus. It's always a plus for me to find them, so anything I can find will help me. I'm gonna open up all these little doorways and stuff so I can say that I've already explored this place when if I pass by it again. All the doors I open and stuff will be one of my indications that, hey, I've already explored this place. There's no need to go and check it out again. And this time I'm gonna do my best to actually fully explore these places. Trash here. We're gonna go down here. We're gonna break up this stuff if we can. How much power I have collectively. I just know that this all this scrapping is like it's a continuous power draw. This is actually how I did most of my scrapping back after I got my power system like fully set up. This is how I did most of it. Break this down. Break this down. I know I'm trying to grab all the scrap up this location so I can say I'm done with it. I've actually been down beneath these places, like down deep down. I've been down deep in the water before. There is literally, when I say there's nothing down there, unless you're at one of those underwater locations, there is nothing down there. You also can't see worth a damn down there. It is so dark down there, like, all the time. Unless they have some kind of, like, specialized underwater lighting system, there's not really any way you're going to be able to see down there. Alright, let's go down here to where we're going to be. Grab cable for self, grab that, do this, plug that back in, and we're ready to extend on down. By the electrical power of my shock pistol. No, these little mattresses have a lot of materials on them, but honestly, most of this material usually ends up in storage, especially for stuff like this. Most of the time, the stuff that's like stacked, most of it will usually end up in storage because I won't be able to use all of it. Whatever I have like a whole lot of, by the time I get my base set up over at the Last complex, I usually will end up like dropping off a ton of it if it's like there's like a metric crap ton of it. Alright. Ow. That hurts. Boat of safety. You see? That's what I was talking about. All that is a great way to collect tons of material. It is expensive on the power draw. Let's go ahead and plug our backpack in so we can grab the power, put it in here to recharge our shot pistol. Daybreak is almost here. Give me all your organic waste, boys. Well, I know there's a whole minefield out there. It's like somebody really didn't want me getting that. Alright, well, let's get over here. We're gonna heal ourselves up. Actually, we're gonna go over here and grab this thing. Provided we can reach it before these things try to get me. Come on. Swim, bro. Get to the beacon. Yeah. Once you take all the stuff off of it, it literally just stinks. It goes back real fast. Alright, let's move on down the side of the hole here so we can grab off the rest of this. We're overweight by a lot. Too much, in fact. So first, we're going to start off by going here. We're going to deposit all of the materials here. Well, deposit. It's 14.9. That's a lot. But most of our weight is going to be here doing this. Here, grab this, drop that, drop that, drop that, drop this and that. Put this in there, put that in there. Item and paint. Item and paint. Well, I don't need any of this. That's more than what I need. I don't even need that, honestly, but I'm going to take it. I'll keep that on. Alright, let's see how we're doing on our battery. That's a pretty that thing has a pretty large power draw. Let's go on and build what we need, and then we're gonna put more of the other stuff in here. Then we're gonna build that limonite so we can actually get that done. Then we'll place this limonite, then we'll simply deconstruct it so we can get that quest done. Alright, I basically just need just the copper and a little bit of iron on me. That's really all I need. So I'm going to go ahead and deposit that. We're actually going to turn that on so we can start generating diesel based on what we have. No, it's not much. It's definitely not much. But let's see. Got 1 kg's worth of material there. That reminds me, I need to heal myself. Heal myself and save. Alright, and then let's go on and finish this this excavation of all the goodies here. We'll simply follow the power cable because the power cable will take me to where I was last working. Let's just finish this really quick, small little bits of whatnot left. There's not that much left, but we still need to finish what we can. I didn't even know the phone still worked. I wonder if your children can call you. Like, in this game, like, can or will they phone you from space or wherever they end up at? Open it up and let's scrap this little bit of trash here. There's a little bit of scrap trash here. That's just waiting up here. Going up here because we've apparently got a whole bunch of trash up here that we gotta scrap, as well as other stuff we can pick up and take with us. Oh, I apparently already reached level 9. I did not know that. Let's see. Night sight. A petrol engine cylinder. Alright. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and unlock these 2 things, since those things seem to be something we might be able to use. We're also going to unlock this and this. Captures the shape of materials of buildable items so you can recreate them later. Displays scannable statues and collected list of scannable objects.
Caretaker. The replica scanner can preserve more than materials. It can preserve shapes. Scan what you find. If it's recorded, we can build it again.
We got 40 points this time around, so we can basically nearly max out either my power management or my battery. I'm going to put 20 in each one so I can get better management of my power and more power itself, so I can actually... my next level up will probably go into my scrapping tree, and then one after that will go probably into pressure, so I can actually survive these underwater environments. the underwater garments yet. I'm pretty sure there's one somewhere around here. I don't know where though. There's a lot of interesting little bases out there. You just got to be willing to go out and look for them. Something important that I can bring with me that I will bring it with me. Scrap all these little pieces here because the thing we can scrap and bring with us is the bones. Which we can probably use this material later. Anything we can scrap and bring with us will indeed help us later. Let's go on and try to make this thing stretch. Alright, now what's on up this way? What's at the top of this thing? There's a teddy up here. I will take. I will also break these little rubber scrap things down. Alright, now it's time to backtrack. Backtrack through this place, breaking up these little connectors. I need to conserve whatever materials I can, so I need all the power cables I can get, so I don't end up actually wasting them. Alright, now we're going to end up just scrapping this and that. That'll be the last little bit of scrap that I'll get by easily motoring around. Drop that, put that there. We're going to drop this here, drop that here, drop that here. We'll just move those into stacks in here. Trash in here. I'm gonna split this by a little bit and move that in here so I have a little bit of material in here. We're also gonna drop some of the copper in here. What all did you get? worry about burning off bio waste here. But it is important for me to burn whatever I can. I put that in there. And I'll keep a little bit of copper on me. Alright. Let's head back up, check our fuel level. $554 across all tanks. I'm gonna pull power from the area so I can actually jump out in the water. I'm gonna go and try to start scrapping off some of this stuff. I'll probably turn the boat around. I'm gonna go after some of these things here. I'm also going to get these 2 containers here that are floating around. First, I was always worried about approaching them, but honestly, it's not really that bad. All thing you gotta do is basically just watch out for the floating little incubators, even though technically I just think go off while I'm standing next to it. But I still try to be careful, but I still want to break these things down. Now, I want to get out of the water as quickly as possible, so I'm going to go over here and go after this thing before those night creatures come out, because they're just probably going to start popping up in the water soon. I'm not worried about the shark. The shark's not going to come at me unless I actually aggro it. If I aggro it, then it might come after me, but if I don't aggro it, then I won't have to worry. Yeah, I wish I had that little, dude, I don't know why there's one here. This thing, it looks like it's more fancy. It looks like this looks like a newer version of this thing. It's got 2 of the lights on it instead of just 1. See, very bright lights, my eye. Oh. It's a battery-based thing. It's like that power boxes and whatnot. Yeah, you can see there's one of those little balls here there's the sharks right there. It's basically right next to my boat right now. I need to get out of the water anyways before those things come up. Here they are. Okay, luckily I made it on my boat before they actually got me. Luckily I made it onto my boat before I had to start really being concerned. There's no organic material here. That there. Put that there, put that in there. Put these power cables in there for extra. Well, I got a ton of these consumable batteries now, so we're gonna just move those in here now, because, well, I don't need them all that much. I don't need that many of them. I guess it's time for me to start squirreling away. Give me all of your goodness. Give me the power to make more diesel, boys. I don't mind killing more of y'all. I mean, y'all are the ones coming to me. Y'all are just attracted to my life, and I'm technically just attracted, y'all. Got anything else over here? 4.7. I think the most I've ever seen in that thing is 15 kg. 15 kilograms. Alright, let's go down. We're gonna put that in there. That's 10 right there. Well, I mean, I got enough. This is like what I usually do after dark, like whenever it's dark. This is basically all travel very little at night. I mean, that's actually a lot, but right now I'm actually really trying. I really want to break these mines down for their materials so I can actually use them later. Had to juice up my backpack battery real quick so I can keep hunting. That is not what I wanted to do. Give me more of your organic goodness. No, it's almost daytime. They won't be around much longer, then I'll be able to jump in the water and start scrapping my stuff again. Alright, now let's go and squirrel away whatever I have left. We'll turn it on once it gets like about halfway. I mean, yeah, we're generating power. There's enough power for me to actually start generating juice, but like... Give me your goodness here. Nom 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 nom. Give me all your organic goodness because I can use it to make more fuel for my diesel chugging boat. This thing chugs so much diesel that you literally have to actually sit here and process materials, like quite a lot actually. Yeah, I'm hoping that I'll be able to get my next level up here soon. I don't have to break the mines down, but I want to. I like to break them down when I see them, because they provide a nice bit of copper material and other stuff that I might need. Put that there. I'm gonna go back here. Got a little scrap in there so we can lighten our load. We're gonna charge our character up the rest of the way. We're gonna use our electrical engine while we're processing these mines here. Because our little electric engines, it's not too strong, but it's just strong enough to allow us to get around. There's even more of them over there. If I hear that loud howl, like technological howl, the shark is actually basically run my heavy ass back to my boat before he gets me. It's not like he's gonna instantly kill you, but he does do quite a bit. Because it's basically just a shark with a mechanical jaw. It's like mechanical jaws. Like robotic jaws. Never heard of the shark movie Jaws? It's basically just a robot shark. Like a cyborg shark. Like a really strong mechanical jaw on it, but it's like it can put a hole in your boat basically. Not really, but like it does quite a good bit of damage to him whenever you do upset him. So it's why you have to basically tap him. You gotta cap that thing before he gets right up next to your boat, so you have to have like an assault rifle to really hunt those things. But they do get a good bit of materials off of them if you do manage to hunt one of them, or several of them. They have special materials on them that are really hard to find, so shark hunting is something I took as a fairly good amount of sport whenever I played the game the last time. I took it as a fairly good challenge to simply hunt those things down. Not scannable. I wouldn't suspect that a sea mine would be something I could rebuild, but it'd be cool to be able to build like a little replica model, but that's asking too much. You can even see the little hole, the little thing where the chain was. Where there was a chain attached at one point. It's like right there. That little thing looks like where they attached a really patented chain to it and then just dropped it off with a large rock or something. Or a big barrel filled with cement. Or something really heavy like rocks. And they would just drop it off. It was heavy enough to drag that heavy, very heavy piece of metal like way down deep. Alright, now that we gotta go fairly far, we gotta go like all the way over there in order to get the rest of them. There's a lot of them left, but it's not really that bad. But I think I'll hold off on those because it's not like I'm gonna be coming back through here that much. I want once I like finish off, I won't be coming back through here that much. All right, let's we're gonna juice up real quick. We're gonna juice our character up here real quick, and we'll be on our way. We're gassing up our powering up our main engine. We're headed for the next main location. We'll be out there pretty quickly with the help of our big motor. There's a handful of locations around here, but this location right here, the only reason it took me a long time to complete this is because you have to basically scrap everything there, then you have to build a full power grid, like solar panels, okay? Solar panels only with maybe 4 batteries. So you have enough juice in case your solar panels go offline. Like if they break down or something, you'll have 4 big medium batteries filled with all the parts needed to make those, and then all the cables and stuff. Alright, there's landmines around this thing, so it looks like we're going to be breaking those down too. Look, there's a tower. There's a big tower thing there. I wonder what's over there.
Silent and dark. The systems here sleep without power, and without their signal, we drift aimlessly. Bring back the power, and awaken the beacon's voice to guide us forward.
No, I bet I need to moor this thing. Now that I got one of the mooring cables secured, I can actually raise the anchor. Now, with the mooring cable secured, it will basically yank my boat forward slightly. It'll pull my boat closer. Well, now that we're here, we're gonna moor our boat here because we're gonna be here for a while. So it's best that we secure our boats at moorings so our boat don't drift away and we don't have to raise the anchor later. What's in here? Trash? Okay. that. We're gonna start working on scrapping all the little wood nuts around the base. Alright, scrap is acquired and secure. We're gonna get some of the scrap that's in here, because if I get the scrap out of here, then I won't have to open this again. Every little bit of that more junk that I collect is more XP for me to level up my character and unlock more cool stuff. And then my next level up is going into my scrap tree, so I'm my scrap is not going to take nearly as long. Expensive on my power draw. Alright, let's see if we can reach this cable extender here. Required time, resources, electricity for... I wouldn't mind being able to have one of those little forklifts. It wouldn't be that bad for bigger outposts, bigger bases, being able to haul back all the resources without having to walk really freaking slow. Alright, then let's go ahead and we're going to deposit that and then come back in. Drop this off. Consumption, air, and minus 20%. Okay, what can we unlock with this tree? Food processor produces food materials from bio waste. The petrol tank. wouldn't be a bad thing for me to actually be able to build better weaponry, but I mean, right now there's not that much I can do. I guess I could get the fancy pistol. A portable generator for petroleum fuel. That wouldn't be bad, because being able to build one of these little electrical generators is actually a really good thing. Being able to build those is fairly nice whenever you really need the materials. Balance and reliability. This medium range flat headlight provides a broad, steady illumination, perfect for a great exploration. Okay, so we're gonna get that. Let's see now. Injects converted power into your system, trading electricity for vitality. It's basically an emergency stim pack. Although you're basically sacrificing your overall XP to be able to do that, but it's not that bad. There. That's all the points I have right now. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and put that in there. Go back in here and grab the rest of whatever we have, and we're gonna start using the next of the crates to start squirreling away the rest of this material here. Put that there, put that there, put this in here, put that in there. We're gonna go back in here to the diesel processor, put that in there. I wonder if I can actually build one of those forklifts. I'm gonna build this. I wonder if I can actually pick it up and move it around. Those salvagers, scrappers, or the fabricators that are on bases or whatever, we can actually scrap those and bring those parts with us, because I'm pretty sure these things have quite a lot of materials that I could easily use on some of them. But honestly, it's not really that worth it. I'm going to build the parts for one of these babies. A responsive hovering optical module for built-in capture, utility and beacon, oversight, close tracking, and hazard monitoring documentation. Okay, so how do you use that? Is there a way to use this? Well, if there is a way to use it, I don't know how to use it, so I'm going to actually put this in here to salvage material since I don't know how to actually use that thing right now. And I'm going to actually attach this to that. What's the power draw for that? Set 8 kilowatts. Dear God, that thing draws a lot of power. That's not nearly as worth it. That thing draws 8 kilowatts of power almost constantly. Be gone, little crackers. Be gone, Keith. Let there be light. Let's charge our character. We're gonna data save back up here so we don't die. If we do end up dying here, I don't really want to risk something happening to me before I actually manage to fully complete this place. Grab this little guy. We're gonna start scrapping some of the basic materials that are laying around, because any little bit of material that's scrap is something I can probably use. They literally tell you about it constantly. Yeah, I also have to repair all 3 of those solar panels and then build some batteries here on this base, so I have a continuous source of power for this base, so I don't have to use my own personal thing, my own personal power on my boat. But I don't mind using personal power if I'm actually going to be able to make use of it, make use of this base, and eventually get the power. Yeah, but before I can use it, I think I have to, first thing I get the power, then I gotta actually destroy all these little things around that are like testing locations for these little buggers. Yeah, you little buggers. Fabric, silicone, aluminum. need the parts to be able to build them, so I need first things first is get the fabric, silicone, and aluminum. After I drop all these scraps off. And then I go in here and drop off this paint, these batteries. Silicone. I think it's probably best that I grab at least a little glass. I think I got some still. Just in case, because I don't know what all is going to be required to fix this thing. These 3 solar panels provide enough juice to constantly power the base. Alright, now I need to go downstairs and I need to put all this extra material away and build the parts needed for 3 of those big batteries. That's basically most of my material right there. Alright, we're going to turn that thing on and let that thing start generating diesel for the diesel tank. If I get 4 petrol tanks, then I can fuel up at those big, those fuel stations that are around. I know there are some of those around. Kind of sparse. They're sparse. They're not all over the place. Let's see. Well, it's going to be very heavy, so I wonder how much juice that thing requires to move. Let's go see. It says it's a tiny combustion engine generator. It looks like it requires just a tiny bit of petrol to be able to operate. It's not much, but it is a tiny bit of petrol to work. should be at least one petrol tank downstairs I can probably hook up to this. Then I'll be able to drive it around a little bit and see how it handles. Yep, I was right. I was right. There's at least one petrol tank down here I can use. Let's go upstairs now. We're going to try to get this thing up and working. Well, we're going to see how it handles, honestly, because I am kind of curious. I've never used this thing, but that doesn't mean anything. Let's see. I'm curious if I might not be able to build them, but I should be able to at least drag them and, like, connect them. That'll be something good for me to use. I'll better use that thing to get all my scrap back downstairs so that I don't have to be so overweight. Looks like I need 2 alloy frames in order to get the other one built. As soon as I get the big electrical rifle, I'm going to switch to a pistol for my main, like an actual weapon-based pistol for my secondary weapon. The main thing is I'm so used to running between all my locations that I never actually like really worried about it that much. I never really worried about having like containers and all this extra stuff now. After a while, I did, like, if I had a lot of stuff I had to build and I couldn't move all my stuff between my boat, yeah, I used a pallet, but I actually, like, just carried a container with me, like a box or something. I would build the pallet and I would just slap some containers on it, pick it up and carry it with me, because it was faster just to carry the pallet around than use the forklift, because the forklift, it costs fuel to use. lifting capacity, you'll be able to easily pick heavy stuff up, no problem, and just carry it around with you. Like, it's basically nothing. Alright, let's see. Well, with the limited sun power, I usually end up putting the power solar panels like on top of the base. I'm gonna grab all the materials and just go put them in rocks or something and carry them with me. Break this down and that down. First things first is to kill that guy. Kill all these enemies. And we're actually going to go and sap some power from the nearby power cable terminal here. We're going to just simply start sapping power from the base, from the ship, so we can refill our power stores. I like how the does that flag say Hawk on it? Is that what that says? I think that's what it says, Hawk. I have a flag that says Hawk on it. Look at that. Bird. Now we're gonna have to grab this cable one more time before, by the time that thing is fully charged, it will have drained the power out of that backpack battery at least a little bit. This is why I like having the super big one. The biggest battery backpack actually does last a while, even with the smaller electrical pistol. That's home base over there. Die, you little buggers. Alright, now, what's in here? What's down here? Is there... Those things hate life. Heck is this? Some kind of office? There's a robot in there. Little robot buddy in there. He's dead though. Alright, well, let's start our climb to the top of the tower, because we need to go outside on the top of the tower to set up a power grid on the outside. Well, we need to set up a power grid so we can pull power from upstairs. Alright, now we're going to drag this cable with us so we can figure out how far we need to drag it. This cable will go upstairs up here, because, well, we need to go out here. Alright, so we need 3 of these, and then, like, right over here should be fine. Alright, so the 3 solar panels will be hooked up to a single splitter, which will then be connected to one side of the power grid. The other batteries will be hooked up over here. Gotta get enough juice so I can actually hook them all up. Alright, there we go. That's all the power here. I mean, that's like the main power grid system here set up. I think we can turn the power on here. Is this not the control room? I'm pretty sure it is. Well, I mean, that's basically most of the power grid setup. I've got the solar panels and the battery set up, so that's most of it. Now I guess I've gotta get the authorization. Downloading authorization for Beacon 49. Download complete. Authorization has been granted. Have a nice day, caretaker.
The communication array is damaged. Repair it, recharge the relay, and let the beacon speak again.
Alright, the line is now open. Can we afford to build like one set of power cables? No, it takes an ungodly amount of time for that thing to charge. For this thing to actually gain enough charge to actually for me to actually be able to throw the switch, because it requires a full 2 kilowatts of power just to be able to juice up enough power, bringing in enough juice to actually be able to, you know, turn the power on. Some of my power. I think I'll start scrapping some of these computers and stuff in here. But this stuff has like a limit of scrap in it, which has a lot of good stuff in it. Yeah, usually I'll used up enough. I gotta wait for daytime though. Right now, there's no power. There's basically nothing here. No power at all. Alright, that's basically it. No, that's like... I'm just gonna leave that unhooked for now because it's gonna sap all the power from my solar panel batteries. As soon as they start charging, it'll start sapping. So I need to have at least a little juice on there so I have something to work with. So we're gonna go around and start breaking and scrapping stuff down from around the base. It won't take very very long until we put some upgrade points into our stuff. It won't take very long. But yeah, these bases here to like get the like relays and whatnot on, it takes a long time to get these things online because, well, obviously you have to build a power grid in order to transfer power back downstairs to where the lights are. So you have to have enough cables to actually do that. Alright, I need to build at least one set of power cables so I can actually drag this power cable over to that outlet. And then I need to hook this connector up to there and disconnect my boat from it. Well, I don't have any more power cables. I know that if I hook up my power cables to this, they're gonna drag all the power from my boat out. Like all of it. Alright, let's just hook this thing up. There's not enough power in this base to actually be able to do everything, but I do have solar panels on top of the base, so we're going to stay here for a little bit and work on charging. While I'm waiting on my base to charge up, my boat and the base itself is charging, we're going to work on scrapping the rest of the materials around the base, around the outpost. Get all this stuff scrapped out so we'll be ready to move out as soon as we finish. Break this. Grab this little thing here too. I'm only at level 653 out of 1500, so I'm a little under halfway there. little buddy. You can do it. Well, I gotta go and sap a ton of power from the boat, from the power storage real quick. I know as soon as I hook that, well, I guess I could go ahead and get it closed up because I'm still going to be here for a little bit, but I don't want to finish breaking down all the trash in this area. I got to get security level 3 before I can do anything with that room, so I'll probably have to come back for that. Well, I mean, we do have like what? 5 bars. I think as of yet, I gotta climb this tower, this death-defying tower here. Bonk, bonk, bonk. The robot literally in a very awkward position. What's this baby need? Hopefully I have everything I need to fix it. I think long ladder. Now I gotta simply climb all the way down this really long ladder. Actually, the first time I had to I played this game, I actually had to climb. I had to activate this thing, and then I had to climb all the way down, run back to my boat, grab the parts for it, because I wasn't really big on carrying a whole ton of parts with me at the time, like materials and stuff for random little doodads. I wasn't really a big fan of it. I never really, I mean, I did, but it wasn't that I didn't carry everything I needed all the time. If I needed like specialized materials to build something, I usually had to go back to my boat in order to build it because I have like most of all my materials on my boat that are here. I keep most of it there on my boat so I can easily get back and get all my materials around.
The relay is alive again. Data streams freely, revealing paths once hidden. Beyond these waters awaits the Lazarus Complex, humanity's greatest hope. Seek it out, Caretaker.
Humanity's greatest and final hope. The Lazarus complex is going to be something we're going to get to later. See, because first, the vault. What's that? Build. Total number of unlocked building patterns. Basically everything. We've got 21 out of 125 different buildables that we've actually unlocked. There's 125 different things you can unlock in this game? That's complete baloney. Tools.
Good. Now the world doesn't have to stay broken the way we found it. Keep scanning. Every pattern we save becomes something we can place back into life.
Table. Go ahead and scrap all this stuff here since I'm not going to be coming back here for at least a little while. Well, once I finish scrapping everything, I'll be done here once I finish actually scrapping everything. This complex is something I do like later, like whenever I finally was ready to pull up there, because that thing took like several days to explore. It's a massive building, massive, because it's like supposed to be the player's main headquarters, because it's where you're gonna be basically almost all the time. You're either there at the Lazarus complex, or you're on your boat exploring the world, doing stuff out on the water. And now that they've actually added necessary for having petrol, I can actually utilize the petrol I find. I can keep like a single fuel tank for petrol like near the back of the boat, so I can fuel up things or build like those little fuel canisters for petrol, just so I can keep charging the little thing. Make sure I grab everything I can. Man, we're good. Still got all this scrap down here we gotta grab. Now let's just recharge our character if at all possible. The fact is that this right here, my character chews through a lot of power whenever I'm scrapping, running through scrap stuff. And I mean, it's not like they got a scrap grenade like they do in, like, Prey. The game's called Prey, and they have a grenade that you can throw it and scrap all the stuff for you, break all of it down. They don't have that, because that would get way too big. Drive large amounts of trash, pile everything together, and then just throw a small frag grenade into the middle of it, break all of it down to scrap-based elements, or like breaks it all down to scrap that you have to feed into a recycler in order to be able to. So basically, just put this main flame grenade and smash it down to scrap. And while I know that that thing right there is heavy, that carriage is walking really slowly because of all the extra stuff I'm carrying on me. That building right there is actually a fuel depot. I'm also going to be hitting up that. I'll probably hit that up next, and then I'll backtrack back around to whatever that is over there, because that's something over there. Then you got whatever that is right there. You got several little doodads around here that are probably important in some way. My God, man, I'm gonna end up with another level up before I even leave here. But hey, I won't complain. Well, I might complain a little because it's like weighing me down like exponentially, slowing me down to the point where I have to start using this forklift just to be able to hold everything so I don't have to go back down to my boat. Grab that trash and scrap this and that. We're almost done for today, so we're gonna try to finish scrapping all this stuff off here that's here for this stream, since I'm almost out of time. I'm gonna try to finish off this outpost and all the scrapping necessary to finish it off. So in the next stream we can take off to start exploring the surrounding areas. Be a lot of scrap trash that I'm gonna break down. I gotta break it all down before we leave. It does include basically everything that's on the forklift as well. Like I gotta carry all that stuff down to the recycler machine and break it all down so I can put it away in boxes. So I can consider that the base complete and finished. that's basically everything. I think I've gotten everything I can grab. Take all, break this box back. No. We're just gonna take this thing off of this. Grab all that trash, and we're gonna have to probably see if I can pick this up. Nope, it looks like I'm dead. I'm lack of charge. Just drain some charge, and then I'll probably leave my boat cloaked up here after I leave off the game, and I will try to charge up my boat before I actually decide to leave. Before I start my next stream, I'm gonna try to charge up my boat the rest of the way, even if I have to build a whole bunch of wind turbines, which I normally don't do that unless I really need juice. I'll try to come back for that before I actually decide to leave. Let's head down here first, and we're gonna get all this stuff put away. Start off with all the organic matter, then we're gonna head in here and drop off the rest of all the scrapping material. Get all that stuff out of the way. Go in here. Drop off all the little doodads. The things that actually matter for the collection. Batteries and grenades and stuff like that. Food. Just materials like that. Take a while for that thing to fully scrap everything, so we're gonna go ahead and try to pull this forklift either back on or back off. The vehicle's been parked. I've only used 3 liters of fuel off that thing. Damn, that thing is efficient as hell. I was not thinking that thing would be that damn efficient, but sheesh. Oh, it looks like the net's full. Let's yank the net up real quick. really can't come up to the surface. They try to, but they really can't. Or even if they should, they really can't. I mean, yeah, they try to, but they really can't. Why am I even gonna try? I know I can't climb that. Alright, let's go ahead. We're gonna grab some iron so we can make sure we get the right piece of that on. Transfer that down. It's just there's a lot of scrap here that I need to break down and get squirreled away. Tons of metric tons of materials here because basically scrap that entire base for the materials. 86 plus. Alright, now let's go on back in here. We're going to start squirreling away the rest of this material. Alright, now let's go ahead and squirrel away that. And that is basically it, folks. Now, the only thing we gotta do now is literally just charge our boat. Charge our batteries the best we can. A dehumidifier description gathers water by condensing airborne moisture from the environment. Why would I want that? I mean, it does sound interesting, but like, why? I'm like, why? well, that's about it for this stream, folks. We're gonna stay. I'm gonna camp out here for a little while so I can keep squirreling away power on my boat and help keep that base up there charged at least a little bit. Because right now, this little sucker's not bringing very much power in at all. I'm gonna start bringing power in from the outside because I want to charge my boat up as soon as possible. So I'm willing to sacrifice that base's power supply if I can. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. If y'all enjoyed this stream of The Last CareTaker, please do leave a like, and I will see you again in the next one. In the next episode, we're going to try to get around to exploring the surrounding buildings and checking out the helipad, the fuel port, and any of the other nearby locations. And then we'll probably head for the Lazarus Complex for Stream 4. Stream 4 will probably be the Lazarus Complex because that alone is going to take several hours to explore and get set up as a main base, because you gotta repair a whole ton of stuff, get a full-blown power grid set up, get water set up, get storage and your standardized crafting benches set up. You got to get that set up too, so everything's there. Now, other than that, we are done for today. So I'll see you again in the next stream, probably sometime tomorrow morning. If it's whether it's going to be the Last CareTaker or Subnautica 2 has yet to be determined. So I'll see you again in my next stream of whichever game I decide to play. Peace.